Oh, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. I am home, rushed from work after watching the end of the game in the canteen on my phone. Hands are freezing, but we're home and we're ready to do the show. Right, tonight is going to be sort of a quick show because I am on my own. I'm going to get ready for all the comments because I know there's a lot of them going to happen. But you've just got to stay calm. There's still 10 days left of the transfer window. Let's just keep our cool, guys. Keep our cool. But let's go through the comments because that's where all the fun's going to be. Eddie, feels like a loss to me. We did batter them, didn't we? Rather good excuse for a Newcastle pint. Good one, Eddie. Or schooner. There's the link if you'd like to become a member tonight. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Remember, 99p, that's it. Or you can pay a little bit more. We do great prizes. I think next month's prize, acquiring an old Newcastle shirt. And I'm going to take it to the Warren Barton token and I'm going to get Warren Barton to sign it. And that will be the prize next month for you. So I hope I get to pull that off. And I will do my best to do it. No quality up front. Here we go. No idea how to break teams down. I thought we were very unlucky. This way, no top four games, 4 draws with no goals. We beat Fulham last week. We won 1-0, remember? Last minute goals. We need better quality attackers. Had enough of average. Do you know what it is, right? To look at it this way. What was it like a year ago? Absolutely shocking. A year on into the project, which we all said was 5 to 7 years, we're ahead of schedule. Enjoy what you're watching because last year you would not have seen this kind of football under Steve Bruce or anyone. You can't average. I'll tell you what, if that was average tonight, the way we were playing football, passing it around, I'd watch that every week. Yes, we didn't score the goals that I thought we deserved. Yes, we probably need 1 or 2 extra players. But remember where we are, where we've come from. You know, we're a football team that... I'm going to say it again because we all said this and we kept on saying it and now everyone's forgot about it. We don't demand a team that wins. We demand a team that tries. So you telling me tonight in that 90 minutes, no one tried to win that football game. No one left everything out on the pitch because what I saw, they did. And I only saw the second half. I missed the first half, unfortunately, due to work. But think of that. Think of where we came from. Think of what we used to say. Think of what we've got. And then we all need to stop sounding like spoiled brats. I've said it. Because at the end of the day, we are watching football that we could have only dreamed of before the takeover happened, before Eddie Howe came in, and before we bought the players that we bought. Yes, it's going to take time. Have some patience. We're in a semi-final of a Carabao Cup on Tuesday night. We're sitting 3rd in the league. 3rd, yes, on goal difference, but we're still sitting 3rd. We're 6 points ahead of 5th. You would have snapped your hands off at the start. I would have took a bullet for that at the start of the season. Never mind, you know, now it baffles me. It baffles me sometimes. I'm sorry, but comments baffle me when it comes to I've had enough of average. I didn't see any average out there tonight. I thought we were unlucky. Why did you dismiss Bruno being fit and well, bar when I highlighted it? The reason why, Simon, is because Eddie Howe said it in his press conference. He wasn't sure if Bruno was going to make it. Just shows you. Eddie Howe lies in press conferences, everyone, because Bruno was fit. But yet, he kept it quiet. I wonder how many times he's done that this season so far, especially with transfers, especially with things that goes on behind the scenes. A little bit of a bust-up, maybe he keeps quiet. But there you go. That is why. And I dismissed it because Eddie Howe said it, and I believed them. And obviously the injury and the way it was, they all said a week to 2 weeks, they all said Southampton would be the game that he'd be back for. Looks like he was back beforehand. He's up my start from now on. We need a top striker and an attacking midfielder. I thought Willock was brilliant today. I don't know why he got took off. I thought that slowed us down, to be honest with you. I thought that was a bit of a poor substitution. I don't know if you guys agree or not. But Wilson missed a great opportunity. Massive opportunity in the second half, which we'll come to in a bit. Even though we need reinforcements, Isak to start. Wilson is not the striker we need for the moment. Is totally out of form. He's not He hasn't hit the ground running again, has he? And sometimes that happens after injuries. Wilson has 6 in 12 starts, good enough for mid-table, not top 4. Really? 1 and 2. That is a cracking striking rate, mate. It's just because it's not Haaland standard or Harry Kane standard. I mean, come on. Jesus, his goals kept us up. I may miss most of the show, but Barry, carry on the good work. All I have to say is, wow, lack of attacking tactics is bad. No over-the-top through balls. There was loads of maybe I don't know. Maybe I was watching a different game. But thanks for the praise. Like I say, I have my opinion. You all have yours. You know, you're welcome to it. I'm not going to slag it off, but I just think sometimes people need a reality check on where we were and where we are and how quickly we've transitioned. It's been incredible. And there we go. Mead Savic for starters. Well, he's a defensive mid, isn't he? Good evening, Bazette. Cheers, Eddie. Good evening, Paul. Sorry about the cough, guys. It's not going away. The Man Cloud. Oak, not a bad result. Really, absolutely love this team. Exactly. Thank you. At last. We're still third. Exactly. Jeff, hey, Bazza. Hey, Jeff. Evening, Lee. The mod is in the house, so be careful, guys. I love all the decorations by people who won to bring in 11 new players because we got an away draw. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you historically look at the games against Palace as well, they've all been tough games and they've all been low scoring games, which is why I said 1-0. I think we're very unlucky not to get that, but there we go. Same issue for a few games, creating and finish. I think we created a lot of chances, we just couldn't finish them. I'm calm, just obvious we need more options. Isaac should be starting over Wilson soon. I agree with that. Not because of any away draw. Anyone with eyes can see we lack creativity going forward. But we created loads of chances, Patrick. I'm sorry. So I'll go through the stats with you. All the stats. 16 shots, 7 shots on target, 7 shots off target, 2 blocked. So if you're not creating any chances, can you explain to me how we had 16 shots in a football match when Palace had 6, 1 on target, 1 off target, and 4 block shots? That's not creating chances. We created chances. We're at 61% of the possession. I mean, the Palace stats is going back to what we had under Steve Bruce. It's chalk and cheese. Palace, 39% of possession, 6 shots. Newcastle, 61% of possession, 16 shots. I mean, come on, guys. Think about it. Seeing the WC, I don't know what that is. Steve didn't seem too bad once he had stopped being a helmet. Steve is a nice, trust me, I speak to Steve a lot. I've got, you know, he's done a lot for this channel that you probably don't know about. You know, he got us Keith Hackett an interview. He got us a snooker player interview. Can't remember which one it was now. It was that long ago. But Steve is a good guy behind the scenes. He just likes to wind Newcastle fans up because people poke and they fish. He goes fishing and he wins. After dominating 0-0 draw with 16 shots on goal, this is getting mental now. Like, everything is working. Just need someone who can put the ball in the corner. 7 shots, all at the keeper today. Yeah, exactly. We created chances. We're just poor finishing. Even in Bazza and all, we are third top, not third from bottom. Exactly, Leslie. Exactly, third top. Some people just lose perspective. A point away and no goals conceded. Sure, we now get more depth in. It's not anywhere done yet. Exactly, Jules. Well said. And congratulations to Nick Pope. Let's put this up here. I was going to put it up later on. Look at that. Number 1 for best save ratio in the Premier League, just behind Chelsea's Azpilicueta. And he's now got the most clean sheets in a row for Newcastle United. Pope, he was out. What an outstanding save it was. We're going to come to it in a little bit. Solid performance without spark, crivity, fire needed. Spot on Les, top 3. Should have won the game in the first half 3-0. I didn't see the first half, unfortunately. Devastated. My signal wouldn't work at work. We need options, though, just so we don't flog our first 11 to death. Don't want them picking up injuries. Agree, Craig. Absolutely agree with that. No easy game in the Premier League. That's right. Well said, Baz. They're all tired tonight. I think they are. And we've got a massive game on Tuesday, but they've left everything out on the pitch tonight to try and get that win, just like they did against Fulham. And we just came up short. It's just one of those things. Wish Steve was here so we could tell him how his boys got a battering. Shame it was we didn't get in that net. Toon were awesome except for finishing. They were, and I wouldn't want to try and argue with Steve when it was 0-0, mate. Maybe if we beat them, but not now. And we're 15 games unbeaten. Well said, Roger. I was going to come to that. 15 games unbeaten. They played well. Any other day with a small slice of luck, we would have taken the 3 points, but we're still unbeaten exactly. Hello, mate. Sorry, mate. No need to say sorry, Steve. Nice to see you, Steve and Missy. We had 15 corners, 16 shots, 7 on target, and 61% possession away from home. We should have summed the game comfortably, but I'll take the positives. We still need reinforcements, though. Agree, Phil. I can't argue against that. I'm not going to argue against that. It's what I've said. Yes, we do need reinforcements, but we outplayed Palace all the way through that game. And we just need to calm down a little bit. It's an away point, which is a great away point in my eyes, even though we deserve to win and get all three. Well said, Baz. People need to chill all over the place. People are acting like we just dropped into 18th. Exactly. Spoiled. People forget where we came from and forget what we used to say. I got more patience than you, Baz, only stating facts. Jan, the facts are, a year ago, we were absolutely dog shit. A year on, we're sitting third in the Premier League. Yes, we need some reinforcements to help this squad, but these players got us into third. Maybe we should have kept Chris Wood. He might have got the winner today. A lot of balls went into the box. I'm only joking. Is Shelby going to Turkey? I honestly don't know about that one. I've not heard a thing. And the reason being he's injured. So I don't know whether he can actually... It's up to the Turkish club to sign him if he's injured, but I don't know. You are correct. Some of our fans have very short memories. This team is brilliant to watch. We're third in the Premier League and semi-final of the Cup. Exactly. It's like jumping on players' backs. Tonight was Wilson's fault, like all Wilson's fault, man. The next game, it'll be ASM or Sean. That's what it feels like, Jules, sometimes. And what a save from Pope. Yeah, let's just talk about that save. I know we're jumping from first half to second half. I didn't see the first half anyway. But that save came from our own undoing, though, at the back, trying to pass it out. Bit of a sloppy ball into midfield. Ball went out wide, crossed. It flapped around a little bit. And when it fell to their striker, Mateta, I think it was, he hit that so well. And it was flying. And what a flying and save with his arm. Flying, flinging save. And he somehow flicked it over the bar as well. How did he do that? I just don't get it. It was one hell of a save. And the Palace player was on his knees with his hands and his head going, how the hell did that just happen? It was an absolute fabulous save. Les, carry on the great work. He says, mate, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. That's absolutely generous of you. I really, really appreciate it. If anyone else would like to donate tonight, $signs in the bottom right-hand corner. It's completely up to yourselves. Even if you think I'm slagging you all off, I'm not. I don't like getting frustrated when it's a draw. I like to see the positives. I like to still think that we're third last year. You know, all this sort of stuff. I just don't like people jumping on players. I really don't. But there you go. And if you'd like to become a member tonight, remember, I put your name up in lights at the end of the show or in the middle of the show. So I do try my best. Whereabouts are we up to? This is more read the comments night by the looks of it. It would be a shame not to try and capitalize on where we are by bringing in 2 or 3 players this window, because if we don't, we won't get top 4. We're going to sign players, Blakely. There's no way we would have sold Chris Wood if we're not going to sign someone. I know it's frustrating at the moment that we haven't, but I honestly think this is my personal opinion. It's not inside information or anything like that. I honestly think we're waiting until close to the end of the window, and then we're going to test Leicester's resolve very, very hard. And I think we'll go back in for Tielemans potentially. I think we'll go in for Maddison. And I honestly think we're going to test Bayer Leverkusen as well and go in for Diaby as well. I think that could happen. There's obviously all these rumours of Gordon. He's 2-1 at the moment to come to Newcastle. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I could be completely wrong. But I think we're going to test Leicester's resolve. I really do. And I think we're going to go in hard near the end of the window when they're desperate for money, because we know they are. And I think Maddison's desperate to get out as well, to be fair. And they got a good point today. Well done to Leicester. Helped us, actually. Bruno looked injured, though. He was abysmal, and Joe Linton should have moved into the middle. Well, I would have. I mean, I put my team out and I had Bruno on the bench and had ASM on the left instead. I would have had Bruno on the bench to come on, but he still played well, Bruno, in the second half. What I watched, I didn't see too much of an injury there, but he obviously wants to play. Gravy on what? Yeah, Willock. Honestly, I don't know why Willock came off. That was a poor substitution in my eyes. I would have took Longstaff off. I know he did all right, but I would have kept Willock on with Joelinton, and I would have thrown Isak on with Wilson and gone maybe to a 4-2-3-1 instead. Tried something different, like we did against Fulham, but we didn't. And when the subs came on, I felt we lost 10 minutes of the game where nothing really went our way, or we lost the momentum that we had. So the subs didn't work tonight as well as they did last week. They came into the game, obviously, and we started creating some more chances again. Even Murphy put in a great ball at one point. And with a lovely little play with Shaw in the 1-2. But for me, I don't know, the subs just didn't feel right tonight. They didn't hit the ground running. I thought Willock didn't deserve to come off, to be completely honest with you. Maybe Mickey should have came off. I don't know, but there you go. Joe's just because Wood left. No, I'm not going there. We seem to lose everything after the subs. Shape, composure, control. Yeah, I agree with that. Like for 10 minutes, I think the subs really, when we were on top. We were really at them, and I think he should have brought one on, not two, and he shouldn't have took Willock off because I think Willock was having a very good game. Isak missed an identical chance to what Wilson had, also straight at the keeper. I think Isak's was a bit harder because he had to get the power in it himself. The one that Wilson got was a bit closer, but Wilson should have ducked because Joelinton was right behind him and he was coming onto it to really put some power in that header. And he didn't. So 1 in 2 is 19-20 a season. Yeah, exactly. That's phenomenal. Well, he's got to play those games, though, unfortunately. He doesn't play enough. Willett was great today, but he needs to release the ball earlier instead of running into the bar line and letting the defender get a block in. He does it all the time. Yeah, sometimes it's a hard one to say again. Massively proud of Eddie and the lads. Unbeaten in 15 league games and playing brilliant passing football. Exactly. Boys. Have we forgot our little crap we watched under Bruce? What have we now is something we could have only dreamed of 18 months ago. Exactly. Well said, Peter. Created the chances, didn't put them past the Palace keeper. We just put them straight at him. That was the problem. Our shots sucked. They're all right. Yeah, they were. But that doesn't mean we didn't create chances. That's the thing that gets my back up a little bit. We didn't create chances. Well, we did. We just didn't put them away. It's having the mental ability to compose yourself to score. That's the big issue. Quality players have that in spades. Wilson has it. Isak does have it. We saw that against Liverpool at Anfield. We saw that at the end of the game at Fulham, the composure that Wilson had to cross the ball to Isak. And I still believe that Wilson headed that ball into the back of the Fulham player on purpose because he knew it was going to land back to him and he could have crossed it. And I think that is very clever. Are you becoming a bit predictable? Certainly corners need work on. Yeah, we should be bossing corners. I mean, I thought we were, but I don't know. You could be right on that one. We need to work on some different types of corners, maybe. My coffee's gone really cold fast. Chris Richards, who Palace got from Bayern, this was his second great start. Other teams have good players too. They do. Palace have got some good players. I'm never going to get to anything other than what we're talking about, to be fair. Right, there we are. Sick of seeing the same thing from corners every game. Trippier hammers them in the pace. No one can hit. Someone else float one in. I don't want corners floated in. I'd prefer to... Remember the one we scored against? I can't remember who it was against. It was at home and Bruno scored the header. That was cleverly worked. We need to do some more of that sort of stuff, but teams have cottoned on to that with the corners. So we need to be a bit more creativity. I agree with that, but I honestly agree with Trips taking corners because his delivery is brilliant. We're top 3 for a reason, onwards and upwards, Newcastle United and all YouTube channels. a point's a point. What's worrying is Wilson's lack of goals and Almiron gone off the boil. They seem to go down the left a lot tonight rather than the right. I noticed that in the second half as well. I don't know if that's because of that. But there we go. Pope's save today was disgusting, by the way. It really was. It was just pure filth. Hi, Mary, a big video about us today on YouTube. Also, mate, I'll have a look at it when I get a chance. 25 nil-nils is not good enough. We haven't got 25 nil-nils, though. What's the word on Wilson's performance? I mean, got into good positions, but everyone's calling for Isak to start. I'm all for it and give Wilson a bit of a rest. I mean, or play them both. Keep calm and carry on, exactly. Speaking of keepers, how would you compare ours to Shea, given Bar Shea is on national TV today across the pond on the NBC, by the way? Oh, amazing. Pope is right up there. Shea is a legend. We all know how long he stayed at the club and how good he was as well. I'd put Pope just under Shea, but the way Pope's going, he'll be on par with Shea. I don't think he'll ever go ahead of Shea, though. Wilson looks off it to me like something done quite right with him. As was Mr. Shearer, the fan fest in Orlando as Newcastle was on the national telly here. Amazing. Agree, Paul. Steve's good laugh when he came to understand his sense of humour. Exactly. This is it. You've just got to understand, Steve. Pretty sure our owners will help Eddie out with 2 signings. I honestly think they will. Toon revival, that's the point I was trying to get at, but didn't explain it too well. Creating good chances, just lacking quality with the final ball touch. Wouldn't taken, but we probably deserved. They would have taken. I think you would have taken. I don't know. I said 1-0 Newcastle. I knew it was going to be a tough game. Knew it was going to be low scoring. Always is. Especially with a big game on Tuesday. Remember, we drew 0-0 before the Leicester game. We'll beat them 2-0 at home. So let's just hope we do that against Southampton. I keep saying Wilson has COVID and is still feeling it, potentially. The owners we're watching today are pretty good with knowing what we need. I mean, they've got all the right people in the right places to make those decisions as well, haven't they? Wood would have had a hat-trick. Oh, man, I can't go into that. Shelby is in last 6 months. He can speak to clubs abroad. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's moving in January, though. That means he moves in the summer and he signs a pre-contract. So there we go. Baz, the facts are we got the players and the manager now, but we should have won today. We haven't got the players yet, Jan. We haven't got all the players yet. We haven't got everything in place. We're still missing a quality left back that can go forward. We're still missing another midfielder who can create something. The facts are we're still short. The facts are we're only 1 year into a project. The facts are we're sitting 3rd in the Premier League. The facts are we were shit and now we're very, very good. That's the facts. And we are still missing a slight ingredient, which will come in time. And it might come in this window. So let's just enjoy it. Enjoy it, guys. My God, 15 years of shit. We finally got our club back 1 year later and we're complaining about not winning at Palace. I mean, Jesus Christ. A year ago, we would have dreamed about getting a point at Palace. And you know it's true. Everyone knows it's true. Maybe trying to get him earlier, maybe. There's that £5 that Les dropped in. I'm trying to catch up with all your comments, and I think it's going to be a comment show, to be honest with you guys. So we need Shelby as experienced CDM cover, and there's no pace anyway, so no injury effects expected. All those corners, and I see how many corners we had. That must be the first half. All 15 corners, guys. 15 corners. Only one offside, which is good. Shots inside the box, 14. 2 shots outside the box. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, the stats are crazy, guys. We should have won that game, but it just happens. It's football. Pope once again shown his God's chosen one. God is a Geordie. I love it. Still 3rd. Exactly. A point gained is better than no point. Shame we couldn't find the net, but I fully believe in Eddie Howe's heart flying Saudi mags. Exactly, I do. We probably have the most draws in the league as well. Should we have a look? It's a good question because I actually don't know. I think we're right up there. But would you rather those be losses? We've only lost once, remember? Once. There's only another team that have done that, and that's Arsenal, and they're top of the league. 9 draws. Brentford have had 8, and they're 9th, by the way. Yeah, Brentford are the closest. We've had 9. Brentford have had 8. But look at the difference. We're 3rd, and they're 9th. So it shows you we're doing something right, doesn't it? Hello, Baz. Just turned in. What have I missed? Not a lot, mate. Just gone through all the comments talking about the game. So you haven't really missed too much. Drop me a message on Twitter, because you mentioned about doing a backdrop for me. Very interested in what your ideas are, and I'll leave it to you, mate. If you want to do it for me, that's amazing. And also, if you want to upgrade, I still don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. I think you just click the join button again, and then you have the option to choose a different level, I think. Try clicking the link and then giving it a go. And if it doesn't work, then I'm out of ideas. Guys, please hit the thumbs up button as well. It's absolutely free of charge to do that. It doesn't cost anything. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. 147 watching, which is incredible. Basically talking about your comments, really. But please hit that thumbs up button and let's get it up to over 100. And please consider becoming a member or donating. Like I say, we do great monthly prize draws, and a Warren Barton signed shirt should hopefully be February's prize, because this month we give away 2 tickets to the quarterfinal of the Cup. Are we really supporting Arsenal tomorrow? Yes. And right, this is the dilemma, right? Arsenal top of the league. Do we want to try and win the league this year? I would love to. I just can't see it. And you guys have all proven why we can't. And you've said why we can't. So for me, Spurs are 5th on 33 points. We're on 39. Yeah. So we're 6 points ahead of Spurs. That means they need 7 points, and we need to lose 3 games for them to go ahead of us, because our goal difference is far superior to Spurs. They're on +8. We're on +22. So take a bit of a hammering for us to lose that goal difference. So we want to keep that 5th place, and anyone below it as far down as possible. So anyone who's playing anyone, Spurs, Brighton, Fulham, Liverpool, Chelsea, we all want them to drop points. It's as simple as that. That's how I see it. I don't know if you guys agree. We might get to those comments in time. You never know. We played well as a team. No one was awful individually, but on the other end of the spectrum, I couldn't pick one man of the match. Well, who was everyone's man of the match? Try and drop a comment, and we'll have to probably miss some comments to try and get to it. But statistically wise, the man of the match today was Kieran Trippier again with an 8.8 on the stats. Shaw had an 8.0, and I thought Shaw was brilliant. Joelinton a 7.1, Miggy a 7.2. Everyone else, and Sven Botman 7.4. Everyone else was below 7, except Nick Pope, who was a 7.3. The average was 7.3. So man of the match, I mean, Kieran Trippier always gets him on stats, but I think Shaw was absolutely fantastic the way he stepped into midfield at times and was creating chances, to be fair. So Fabian Shaw was probably my man of the match in the second half. I didn't see the first half, so I can't say, but that's who I would give it to. So who would you guys give it to? Massive chance blown for it's not how we're 3rd. We're 3rd. We're 6 points ahead of 5th. It's not blown. How can you blow something when you actually still hold it? Come on, Alan. Have a word with yourself, please. Think about it. 6 points ahead. Nothing's blown. Nothing's blown until you're actually out of the top 4. Oh no, I'm not entertaining any Longstaffers poo comments. Like, subscribe. It's the only thing in this world that is free. That is very true. Can't leave it too well. Manners are free as well. Can't leave it too late though. We need to have a plan B if they do. But Blakey, we can't leave it to the end of the window, because remember, there's an FA Cup break. Yeah, we've got a whole week off. So yes, we can leave it as late as possible. We haven't got a game for a while now, apart from in the cups. Like, because we're not in the FA Cup, so we've got plenty of time in it. So yeah, let's not panic. Longstaff was good today. Rewatch the game. There we go. Palace fan, yeah, at St James's Park in the league, you were 100% robbed of a goal and 3 points. Tonight, I think neither team really deserved the win. NUFC created lots, but no end product. As for us, yeah. Well said. It's nice to see you, Eagle Eye Nate. If you want me for your channel at any time, you know, you can always ask, mate. It's always good to have you on, and always good to be on yours as well, pal. Got some good guys on your channel, to be fair. If anyone wants to know what's going on at Palace, he's the guy to go and see. I thought we deserved to win the game on our chances created, but you're right. Probably maybe one or two really good chances squandered. And well said for saying we were robbed at St James's, unlike what Steve says. Even everyone, first things first, Isak has to start going forward. We can't have Wilson starting based on his current form. Banjo's crow arse comes to mind. I'm all for Isak starting, I really am. Ashford will hang on to the end of the window before bidding for available players. He'll put low bids in, then the selling clubs want, knowing they don't have time to try and negotiate. Exactly, Mark. Oh God, PDK, man, please. So don't. 10 days left, exactly. Longstaff did play well, and he did play well on the stats as well, to be fair. No, he didn't, 6.8. But I thought he played all right. Willock had a good game. I thought Willock was brilliant, but he only had a 6.9 according to the stats. But again, stats don't, it's what's with your eye and what you enjoy watching sometimes. Should we convert the formation to 2 up top around the... That's what I said. To be honest with you, I thought they'd try what they did at Fulham, but he decided not to. So, I mean, in Eddie, we trust. Turkey's open until the 6th of Feb. Longstaff did his role pretty well. He did. They should have had a red card in the first half. I didn't see that. I need to rewatch the highlights and when I get a chance, but home straight on you. I didn't see the first half, unfortunately. Isak looked alone up there, but he put in some work. He wasn't on for long, though. Longstaff was man of the match, in my opinion. I honestly thought Shaw was. 2 yellows. Isak and Wilson to play together again. I would like to see that, but I just balance of the team. Unless he goes to a 4-2-3-1 and plays Isak in a 10. Will it put some effort in? He looked goosed when he came off. He did, but I think he was gutted he came off because he was getting the better of his markers. So I think the team have both eyes on Tuesday's game rather than today's game. Yeah, you could be right. Bruno lost possession at one point and raced back to win it. He did okay. Great to see him back. I wouldn't want to play Howe at poker. I would, because Jules, I'm telling you, this is why I say never trust what Eddie Howe says in interviews. There could be problems behind the scenes. You will never know. We could be bidding for players. He will never tell you. He is so good at playing the media. He really is. Kudos to him for it. Willock was invincible on the wing. Quite proud. I like Willock a lot. He does. I love Willock. I'm a massive fan. We were lucky against Fulham. Repeated the same status tonight. I don't think we were lucky against Fulham. Again, we created that big chance and we took it. You can't say we were lucky. Nick Diaz's foul just got him booked. Weren't a yellow. He was very lucky not to see in a second yellow, but Newcastle got away with a few naughty challenges. Should have Joe Linton been sent off in the corner flag with that? I mean, it was right at the end of the game, but I didn't see the yellows incident. So we need to work on corner kicks in practice. We are too tall not to be getting something. Yeah, and I mean, Botman missed a good chance. Shaw flicked one over the bar. Felt like subs were a bit risk averse, like for like, not capitalised, not criticising. That's still in a way a point and a clean sheet. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Kendall. Like I say, I think the subs kind of slowed us down for 5-10 minutes. Like I say, Isak starting, but maybe alongside Wilson rather than at his expense. I would like to see that, or vice versa. I don't know why someone has to be blamed for not getting 3 points. Play as a team, win or lose as a team. Well said, Leslie. I like that. And Jules agrees with that. And I do as well. Jolinton was lucky he didn't connect with Alicia with the arm swing back. No need for it. I absolutely agree with that. And I think he was a lucky boy to stay on the pitch, to be honest with you. He's lucky to get a yellow, because if he hadn't got a yellow, that could have been looked at, after the game and then given a red. Agree, Andrew, a Longstaff man of the match. Hello, mate. Hi, Paul. Hope you're okay. We need a 2-footed winger to offer more. There's not many of them out there, though, is there? Good results for Newcastle with other results. Exactly. We didn't lose. I don't think Lamptey's the answer, mate. I really don't. Wilson hasn't looked as sharp as he usually has since the World Cup. I agree with that. Byrne even admitted himself it's better with his feet than his head. Yeah. Longstaff man in the match, not Shaw or Botman. I thought Shaw was, to be fair, but a lot of people like Longstaff's input, and I can't disagree with it. But Shaw for me. It's the reason why we should get the start ahead of Willock, bringing Joe Linton back into midfield for ASM. That could work. Eddie has the record for the longest unbeaten English manager. That's amazing. For the number of head knocks he's had, he should be called Scott. I like that one. Check your DMs. Oh, here we go. Shout out to Shaw. Is that 2 games in a row he hasn't taken a hit in the head? Bless him. That is right, Jules. You're actually right. I didn't see the first half. Baz, does Madison really want to come here? I think he does. I honestly do. Ain't scouts about. You should be resting. You were in a nasty accident, mate. God, I've got loads of messages again. What's going on? He had a good sleep, feeling okay. Shoulder's a bit dead, I bet. But got some news for you. There is a striker ready to be signed, but have no name. The person we have been scouting the most, according to Mark, is actually Diaby teammate Patrick Suchik. They're going for a double swoop. Would be 100 million for both. That's very interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. But PDK, right? So Diaby and potentially Suchek. I mean, I've heard that Gonzalez could be potentially the next striker in through the door as well. But again, there's lots of rumours flying around, isn't there? 66 shots in 4 games, 1 goal. Yeah, I agree. The quality of the shooting hasn't been fantastic, but we've had 66 shots in 4 games. My God, I would have dreamed of having 66 shots in 4 games a year ago. There's my calculator. My maths is terrible. Divide that by 4. That's an average of 16.5 shots a game. That's incredible. Why are you complaining? Yes, we've only scored 1 goal, but we haven't lost. We just lacked the final finish at the goal. We did. I've seen less draws at a cowboy gun fact. He says he's feeling okay. He's a bit sore, but I bet. Do you think Man United will win tomorrow? I think it'll be a draw or an Arsenal win. If Baz wants, he can show you my shoulder. Oh, yeah, let's have a look. See if I can find the picture. Yeah, it's rather nasty. Oh, the light's really bad on the... Look at that. What a bruise. And you feel it 2 days afterwards as well. That's what it was like when I got hit by a car, to be fair. But there we are. Chat is jumping, Barry. It's jumping up and down. It's brilliant. I love it. I love all the comments, and I love disagreeing with people, but it's all about opinions, isn't it? Would love Fulham to beat Spurs as their fans are in meltdown. Has anybody noticed that we don't get many bodies in the box, and so Wilson is isolated in the box? That is it. I mean, at the start of the season and midway, I mean, the last few games, I have noticed it's been a bit scarce, but we were getting 3 or 4 in the box at one point, so I don't know what's gone wrong. So there we go, Diaby and Suchek. Harper was on with Given and Shearer as well. Where do you put him in goalkeeper rankings? I think he was brilliant. If he went to another club, he could have been in England international quite easily. I think he was a very good goalkeeper. His kicking let him down, though. He wasn't a great kicker, was he? Corner delivery is poor. We get countless corners without being able to score. Man United will go top tomorrow. Top? Is that even it? That's not even a possibility. Mate, that's mathematical bullshit. I'm sorry to call you out on that one. Man United have got 39 points and Arsenal have got 47. So unless they're getting 12 points from VAR or something, yeah. Come on, Paul. You've had a mare there, mate. Yeah, well said, Baz. Facts, exactly. We still have a long way to go yet. We do. We have a very long way to go yet. We might not even finish in the top 4, but we're definitely going to be finishing in the top 6. Come on, people, press that like and subscribe button. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate your support there. Look, I've watched us, and there are two issues. We need a quality left-sided forward now, winger, CDM or a cam, and a young electric forward. What about a left-back that can go forward and score as well? Dan Burns doing a great job defensively, but not going forward. Scored a great goal against Leicester, don't get me wrong, but we're still missing that quality left-back. We hope to be 10th. We're third, exactly. No, we're not getting 4 players, mate. And we don't need 4. We need 2 at the most. Deadline day is the same day as the second leg. I know that's really annoyed me, that. Agree, Baz, but we should have pissed this today. I agree, Jan. I can't argue with that. And it's very unlucky, but there we go. It's one of those things. 15. I'm not too sure what that is. Manu will go top. What's he on about? Past us, he means. I mean, definitely they could go past us because we're level on points. So all they need is a point, and then they go past us. But definitely not top. All those corners are not a shopping site. Lads, Wood today for Forest never touched the ball. He was yanked off. Rumor has it Forest are trying to sell him for 20 million already. But did they play the right football to get him in? I don't know. From my perspective, it was coming of age today for Bruno G. He was running all over the midfield. I agree. The cup, no problem, Baz. It's the league we lack. One game mentality off finishing. We really need inside forward, mate. It may cost us a lot. Yeah, let's just see what we get. I predicted before we started the league 4th because of our owner. Yeah, but the owners have got FFP regulations. Yes, if we went out and spent like Chelsea, I would be demanding top 4 if we had all those players coming in, but we didn't. We only had a few players come in, remember. I always said between 7th and 10th would have been a great season. We don't lose. We were robbed a point. There we go. So how long will it be before we stop saying remember where we come from? In about 2-3 years, I reckon, once we've got rid of everyone that we don't want, and then we've got everyone in that we need, and we've got the squad. I was there watching the entertainers and the Keegan, me too. This is close to that team as I've seen over the years, and we're only 1 year into the project. Give them time. Exactly. Well said, Les. I can hear the washer again. It does my nutting as I think it's mine. Sorry, Stephen, mate, but that's just one of those things, isn't it? Pope had all the angles, demons, heavens, hells, and gods in him today to react that fast, making that save. Just watched it back again, and I can't believe he saved it. I did, mate. I read it out. I was wondering what that beeping was. Yeah, it's the washing machine saying it's finished. We have a way better defense than the days of Keegan. We do. We massively do. I think the backdrop should be inspired by the match of the day debacle the other day. Maybe a Swedish sauna or something like that. Have Baz with a Jeremy mustache and wig. That was brilliant. Shaw was my man of the match, to be fair. Port man of the match for that save alone. You know, it's the only thing you have to do, though. Mom could be Trips or Pope. If Man United win tomorrow, this title race is blown open to any of the top 4. Arsenal have to play City twice yet. But it's also true as well, though. Shaw was class. Trips 2. Leave Longstaff alone. Trips for me, his soul out of the man of the match was Willock, was okay today. Definitely Shaw for me. I thought he was superb. Alan Shearer at half-time, Pope save was just unbelievable. Don't want Calvert-Lewin, definitely don't want him. Pope save, single-handedly got us a point, did. But that's the worry sometimes. When you're not putting teams away, and it could go down to that save. That shot could have easily gone in, and that would have screwed us. But it didn't. Great save. I thought, well, it was brilliant. I believe if the paint the posts in red, we would score. Face blue smiling, face blue smiling. I wonder how many yards Longstaff covered. He's like a marathon runner. Deschamps like the warrior carrier. Exactly. He's got his place. Let's face it, as nobody under the age of 25 have ever seen us in a semi-final. We should all enjoy it, be excited and nervous and enjoy the ride. Let's face it, we want more, many more semi-finals. Absolutely agree, Alan. The last time we were in the semi-final, wasn't it Man United at Cardiff? Millennium Stadium, when we got hammered 4-1, but we overtook Cardiff then, though. It was fucking brilliant. Even in Bars had a gut feeling we wouldn't win. We seemed to struggle to beat Palace. 3 games played, no goals officially. Still, it's still a point, just lacked that clinical finish at the minute. Was it a pen? pen? I can't remember a pen, to be honest with you, mate. I missed the first half, but it was in the second half. I can't really remember one, to be fair. How can Port get a 6.8 with that save and a clean sheet? Believe it or not, I think Longstaff had a good game and got ripped in the ratings. The ratings are very strangely done on SofaScore, unfortunately. And it's all about chances created and all that sort of stuff as well. I don't understand how it works sometimes, because you are right, but Port gets a clean sheet and he gets a 6.8. I don't get it. Left the game behind us. Willett was playing well. Maybe should have brought off Bruno. Was looking legally. Hopefully we open purse strings this week. We definitely will in the next 10 days. Let's just not panic about it. Maybe it would have won if Wood was playing. Maybe any frustration at not winning will translate into extra resolve Tuesday. Extra resolve, and also the owners seeing that we do need reinforcements. Do you think it's time to start Isaac and ASM Bards? I would have had ASM starting today. I really would have. How versus Bruce in the media? True black and white difference. Exactly. Oh my God, it's like chalk and cheese, isn't it? I think that was when Wilson tried to go through and the guy on the yellow made a tactical foul by putting his arm out to bring him down. You normally do see yellows for them fouls. Yeah, I think it should have been a second yellow. I think Wilson is struggling, and he knows there's someone behind him as well. It could have been a red. He did fling his arm backwards, and if he hit him, he would have been in big trouble. Why don't our team pass the saint-maximin anymore? They do. Hi, Baz. Brighton have just had a bid accepted for a new DM from Ecuador. Well, that's interesting. We miss a decent right winger, and Miggy isn't in the game. Pope got us a point as man of the match, no question. His distribution was excellent as well. I still think Shaw. But hey, that's why we open it up to you guys. Under Bruce, yeah, per season, not in 4 games. Palace was singing "Fuck the Saudis." Well, there's a shock. They're just gutted because they haven't got a. Can't see Madison coming. The odds have gone out to 8-1. Just because the odds say that, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I mean, look at Gordon. He's 2-1. Probably should be lower if he's that close. That looks. It was awful. We need help in midfield first. It will heal. It will heal. Yeah, that's interesting, the Shelby one. Need to wait for someone to go down before I can have my shoulder scanned. So, yeah, you will. I do. Hold on. Can we take a minute's left for Everton? Yeah, they're at the rock bottom now, aren't they? Have to agree. I do think we will get Madison. I hope we do. Not sure if you missed my comment or haven't coughed up yet, but if not, check my Twitter DM. All right. Sorry, mate. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. The Anthony Gordon lookalike. It definitely wasn't him because he was on the bench. So, yeah, but that was funny, to be fair. I did like that. I'll take bars an hour to read your DMs. It will. I do try to get to them, but when you're at work and that, guys, can you please recall we're back, please? Baz will finish the show and have to do another one after he reads his DMs. What have Forest done to deserve Wood? We need 4. We're not getting 4, though. Persist have offered Shelby a 3-year contract for the summer, which will see him on 165k with wages. Wow, he's not turning that down, is he, if he wants to go there? But there you go. But that is a pre-contract in the summer, so that means he's not going to get offered a new one at Newcastle. So Suchek, the striker. Right, Scouts about fans. Good deal for him. It's a great deal. Romero says for Sunday's Arsenal target now a couple of hours ago. Great. Ashworth has already earned his wages with that Wood deal. Yeah. Just don't want to bring in 10 players in the summer. We're not going to bring in 10 players in the summer either. Fazenda is the most definite Arsenal bound. Yeah. Ashby instead. Ashby's gone really quiet. Ashby wants to stay in London. There we go. Can't see what's happening. 66 shots. Steve Bruce was hoping that for the year. Exactly. Our targets all seem to be slipping away. It happens. The company of Football Manager put out a statement today, said they can't stop comparing Todd Bowley's spending like Football Manager's game is realistic. I like it. Check under your seat for any phones taped there. We did do the prank, to be fair, on one last show. I have said before, Eddie likes to throw rumours out there, take teams away from our true targets. Exactly. He's very clever at what he does. There we go. Gordon's not coming near us, and that's why he's still 2-1 in the betting, not lower. Imagine having Shearer in the team now. Oh, God, yeah. I'll pass Donald the message. He's talking about the handball. Chase Scout's about to tell him about Gordon. Really don't want him. Do you know what it is? I still think there's a player in Gordon. Scout's about right. As a scout, if you were looking at Gordon, not about his attitude, because I think that'll get stamped out very quickly under Howe, but on his ability, does he have something? Let us know, because I think he does. What's the chances of getting Diaby and Jan? I think Diaby's a big chance. Apparently, Baz is a handball was checked. Oh, I didn't see that. Palace fans also singing Rest of Saudi. Oh, God, there's a shock. If you see Jed Bowen highlights today, you can see how hungry attacker makes the difference. I would like Bowen, but it's just, we missed that boat, didn't we? Well, they're trying to double sign in with Diaby and Suchik. So I would say around 70%. German teams always fuck around and prolong. That's true. If Eddie and the owners like Gordon, I trust them. They see everything we do, plus have more info behind the scenes. And Eddie, we trust right up until it doesn't do what Twitter wants. I love it. To be honest with you, there is something in Gordon. I've seen it, and I saw it when he played against us for the first time. I was like, he's a right handful. Yes, I didn't like, I don't know, he just looks like a rat. But you can't judge a player on his appearance. You've got to judge on what he can do on a football pitch. And he's got something about him. Trouble is, if you start ASM, who do you drop? True. It's a good question, Les. I don't know. 6 clean sheets by Pope, just another 8 to go to beat Man United's record of 14. Eric van der Sar record. That's going to take a while. Super chats are available for Baz's cough medicine appeals. Thank you. If this isn't gone by Wednesday, I'm going to the doctors to find out what it is, to be fair. Can't stand London Man U fans and London Liverpool fans. Oh, I'll give you my honest opinion. Gordon has talent in a team where it can be shown. Would be a different player under Eddie 100%, but his attitude is not Eddie type of player. There we go. So he does have talent, guys, and I've always said this, he does. But could Eddie stamp his attitude out and make him a better player? It's up for debate. It's not about whether Gordon has something ability-wise, it's whether the price tag represents good money. That is true as well. Mr. Scout, you see us splashing 100 million in this window. Well, we were told 220 million is the budget, but mate, if the players are right, I can see us spending 150 million. There you go. If we need no Jan signings, so you reckon we can still nick European football? If we don't sign anyone, we will still be in Europe. We will still finish in the top 6. Top 4 might be a bit of a struggle to keep it up, but you just never know, do you? You never know. Right, guys, I'm going to have to go now. That's an hour nearly up. And I've got a cough and I need to go to sleep, so I've got to go back to work again tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button and set it to all. I'll have news on the raffles soon. I need to get it done. We haven't raised the money that I was expecting, but please, if you want to buy some tickets, drop me a message on Twitter. Or via one of the email addresses below. Alan Shearer's testimonial shirt. It's the Holy Grail. I'd really like to get a big amount of money for charity, so I will be doing a big push on it at some point. It's bringing stuff up from the middle of my chest. It's quite painful at times as well. But yeah, I do need to go and get it checked out if it's not gone by Wednesday. I've had it for about a week and a bit. Even if we do sign, we are a team on the up. Mixed team change the way of players. Yeah, I agree. We will be fine. No transfer gospels. We've just had it. Diaby and Suchek. Benelin, Mucus, if so, take care of yourself. Thanks, Jules, and thanks for joining in as always. It's a pleasure to see you. Baz needs to stop. I don't smoke, mate. I've never smoked. Definitely just don't want your flogging starting 12, 11 to death. Yep, any cough more than 2 weeks, go so the GP, Baz. I'm going to have to, I think. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Don't forget to become a member if you would like to. We do give away monthly prize draws. Please donate to the channel to help with the running costs. It really does help. Massive difference. There's that £5 goes a long way. You have no idea. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow for a look ahead to Tuesday night. And we'll also hopefully have some more transfer rumours for you on that show instead. But thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for making it a great show. All about the comments. There's the two players that we think is going to be 100 million. How will never change. I think he will. He did against Fulham. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and making it a great show as always. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget, when you are a member, you get your name up in lights. So there's all the names that are members at the moment. I know one of the columns is duplicated by mistake, but thank you so much to everyone who is a member. And don't forget, look out for our prize draws because they're once a month. Take care till next time, guys. Really appreciate it.